Yesterday, Bitcoin got a very significant breakdown. We have been trading inside of this consolidation range for over a month, and right now we are finally getting our breakdown. But you should not be getting fooled right here, because volume is not increasing very significantly. We are not getting our valid breakdown confirmations, as well as if we have a look in towards this tweet, we can be seeing that he is saying that a short squeeze is pretty much imminent. And pretty much because volume is not increasing very significantly at this breakdown, and we are also seeing a potential short squeeze coming up, well, I am going to be having a look in towards a new Bitcoin patterns, and what I can be having a look in towards is this new falling wedge being created. So we need to be talking about this potential new scenario that might be coming up. Of course, I am still in my long position on BitGet, and tomorrow we are about to get our FOMC meeting. This will bring a lot of volatility in towards the Bitcoin charts, and you can basically be seeing that this FOMC meeting is once again working like clockwork. Literally all of these previous times, whenever we got the rate hikes, well, we saw these red arrows being created. And right now, once again, we are expecting a rate hike happening. So I've drawn this red arrow right here, and we are seeing once again a very significant dump happening exactly at this point of this FOMC meeting. Also, whoa, Bitcoin is again dropping off like crazy, while the stock market is still pretty much going towards the upside. This has happened previously around right here, and after this has happened, well, we basically saw our major pump right here, this one being created towards the upside. So, well, starting off with the imminent short term as always. Yesterday, we have broken down of this symmetrical triangle towards the downside. We have, of course, also taken a look in towards this support level and this consolidation range, and we have pretty much been saying, alright, if we are going to be breaking this one towards the downside, well, our next support area is going to be at this green support, which is going to be all the way down towards the 28.8k level, which we have not exactly touched just yet. But having a look in towards the funding rates, well, the funding rates are starting to get pretty much negative. But in my opinion, the funding rates are not looking very bullish at all just yet. On some exchanges, they are even positive, which of course means that a lot of people are trying to right here long the dip. This is of course not what we want to be seeing during this dip being created, and this leads me in towards thinking that, yeah, this is not yet finished, and we can still be seeing some more downside being created, first of all, before we are going to be turning around. And that is exactly going to be leading me in towards the next point. I'm going to be starting to look in towards an RSI bullish divergence being created. Whenever we can be creating an RSI bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame, while we are going to be holding this support level right here, I am going to be willing to be adding more money in towards my long trade on BitGet. Also, of course, because this is looking like a typical fake out in my opinion, because we are not seeing any kind of a volume increase, and basically because we are not seeing a volume increase, we can be having a look in towards another pattern being created, and we can be having a look in towards this falling wedge right now being created. And I definitely do think if we can be getting another rejection from of this resistance, first of all, well, then this falling wedge pattern will be a very valid pattern we can be having a look in towards. Of course, we have had many touch points on the lower side, but we have only gotten 2 touch points on the resistance. So yeah, I would like to get another touch point on the resistance, first of all, before breaking out. And if we can be getting that, that would look definitely very good for Bitcoin. So that is going to be very simple. I'm just going to be having a look in towards the next support level, and if we can be forming strength because of a bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame, well, I am going to be willing to be adding more money in towards my long trade. Now, other than that, of course, we have been seeing this very big squeeze on the Bollinger Bands, and right now we are getting some volatility, right? But towards the downside. And for example, right over here, we also saw a very significant squeeze. And while we saw our squeeze, we actually got momentum towards the downside. But right after that, we saw a very significant push towards the upside once again being created. And also the same exact thing happened over here. We saw a very significant squeeze, but we first got the downside momentum being created, and then we got our push towards the upside being created. So I probably think a similar kind of structure like right here and also like right here will be created over right here. First, we are going to be seeing some downside momentum, and then after creating this bullish divergence, I'm going to be expecting we are going to be once again trading towards the upside. Okay, so right now, watch out for these support levels and some kind of a strength being created in the short term, given by this 4-hourly bullish divergence. Now, other than that, of course, we are also going to be seeing this FOMC meeting. And it is almost guaranteed already that we will be seeing this rate hike, with a 98.8% chance that we are actually going to be seeing this rate hike of 25 basis points, which of course will already be pretty bearish for the Bitcoin price. But right now the odds have also been shifting, because 1.1% is actually expecting a 50 basis point rate hike. Now, I don't really think this is going to be realistic. I don't think the Fed will be increasing the interest rates with 50 basis points, but of course some people are expecting it right now, which is absolutely crazy. And if we are going to be getting 50 basis point rate hike, well, I do think Bitcoin will be absolutely crashing towards the downside like crazy. Now, if we have a look in towards this chart, well, all of these red arrows have been prior rate hikes. And actually this green arrow right here, where after this FOMC meeting, we got a significant push towards the upside. This has actually been no rate hike. Now, if we have a look in towards the probabilities, very likely this will be the last rate hike that will be happening before beginning next year again. The Fed will once again be starting to cut the interest rates. So of course that could make a little bit of a difference, and that could be a little bit more bullish for the Bitcoin price, and that could also be a reason why we could be turning around pretty quickly again. And also, if we have a look in towards the dollar currency index, well, you could definitely see that all of these previous rate hikes event, it has caused the dollar to actually get stronger and stronger. All of these previous times we have basically at least been consolidating, and the dollar has seen this push towards the upside being created. And of course, whenever the dollar becomes stronger, well, usually Bitcoin's price will drop actually. So yeah, the dollar is inversely correlated with the Bitcoin price. And if we are going to be getting another rate hike right there because of this FOMC meeting and this rate hike decision, well, we could be expecting some more upside momentum being created. But of course, we are testing crucial resistance areas right now, and we have gotten this very major breakdown. So of course, having a look in towards the charts of the dollar, well, it is not looking all too strong. So I am going to be expecting a rejection coming in from of this level, and I do think we will be seeing some kind of a quick consolidation before once again going towards the downside, just like we have seen over here. So that is actually looking very good for Bitcoin's price. But also we can be seeing that the stock market is still going towards the upside like parabolically, while at the same time Bitcoin has actually been going down. This orange line is Bitcoin's price, and the normal chart is just the stock market. And usually around the stock market and Bitcoin's price is very much correlated. But right here at this previous yellow circle, we could actually be seeing that Bitcoin was curving towards the downside very significantly, while the stock market was actually been going up. And previously around, this has caused this major pump we got right here towards the upside, basically because we saw a huge divergence with the Bitcoin's price and also with the stock market's price. And right now, once again, this is exactly happening because, well, Bitcoin's price is still curving towards the downside, it's still consolidating, while the stock market has actually been going towards the upside. So once again, we are seeing the same exact divergence being created, while also the Bollinger Bands are at the same exact levels as we have seen over here. First, downside momentum being created, and then after that, a huge spike towards the upside. I just think this is going to be very likely to be repeated again. So make sure to watch any kind of a 4-hourly bullish divergence that will be created. Also, make sure to be following me on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development, and join my free Telegram channel with the link down in the description. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.